Here are 6 habits keeping your business broke. Number 1 is being clueless about your business finances. Being money clueless, it isn't cute. It's not cute or sweet to be completely blind about your business finances. It is madness, and for me, it is maddening. It is fine to feel confused about where to look for the numbers or what numbers to look at, and totally fine not to be able to yet figure out what all of those numbers mean. It's not okay to choose not to know. Unless you've already been exposed to business, then there's no reason why you would know how to find those numbers and how to digest that information. But it is part of the process of learning to run a business, and mostly it's going to be new information. And that can be a little bit confusing and it can be a little bit scary. Not knowing is fine until you know you don't know, and then it's not fine. Learn about business and money. Understand what the numbers mean. If you're not willing to do that, then you need to get out of business. Number 2 is dipping your sticky fingers into the business bank account. Please stop dipping your sticky mitts into the business bank account. That's not your money yet. It only becomes your money when you have taken out the taxman's money, your supplier's money, your expenses, and your staff's money. If you're using your business money like your own personal ATM, then you're robbing your business blind. Set up your business bank account. If you're just starting out, then you'll need to check the rules in your country. Use a personal bank account that you set aside just for your business transactions. That keeps everything nice and clean, and you can see exactly how much went into your account and how much came out each month. The same goes for your PayPal account too. Keep it clean. Keep your personal paws out of your business account. Set up an account for business only and one for your personal spending. If you're about to quote a very popular business book right now that suggests you should pay yourself first, then you haven't read the entire book, so I suggest you go back and read all the pages. Number 3 is doing it all yourself. Unless you started your business as a bookkeeper or an accountant, you shouldn't be noodling around with receipts and tax returns. You should be focusing on what your business sells. If you're tight on spare coins at the start of your business, it's fine to bootstrap it with some bookkeeping, but you need a plan to hand that stuff over to the experts as soon as possible. It will take you at least double the time of a professional to do that work, and then likely it will take your accountant a whole lot of time to undo all the stuff that you shouldn't have done because you didn't know what you were doing. If you're doing your own bookkeeping right now and you're not a bookkeeper, I would bet a non-vital organ that you're not up to date. I would bet you have a stack of receipts shoved in a dark place that needs sorting. If you're using bookkeeping software, I bet you're at least a few months behind. That's because it's not your focus, nor should it be. The DIY bookkeeping approach that you think is saving you money isn't. It's costly for an accountant to fix your mistakes, or because you are poking about where you shouldn't have been. For many business owners, the cost of hiring a bookkeeper is less than what they could have made by using that time to focus on selling their own products or services. Get a bookkeeper, get an accountant, please. Number 4 is you got to know your cash flow. If you mentally tuned out or are about to scroll on by because I said cash flow, don't. Cash flow is not nearly as confusing as your accountant might like you to think. It's not nearly as confusing as your high school business studies teacher has led you to believe. Cash flow is nothing more than the money that flows in and out of your business. You can start the most simple of cash flows by doing 2 very easy things: recording the money coming in each day and recording the money going out each day. At the end of the month, total up the numbers to see if your sales exceed your expenses. The more you do this, the easier it becomes to predict what will happen next month and the month after that. It's pretty simple, especially if you have that business bank account that I talked about earlier. All the transactions will be neatly there. If you have positive cash flow, you have more money coming in than going out. You have more sales than you do expenses, and that is a good thing. If you have negative cash flow, you have more money going out than you do coming in. You have more expenses than sales, and that's a bad thing. The only way to know if your business is making money or losing money is to know your numbers. Got no idea where to start? Well, I made this so ridiculously easy. I pulled together the motherlode of all important information and arranged it neatly in one easy to use spreadsheet. Depending on where you're watching this video, you can either find the link to download that spreadsheet in the comments or description below, or head on over to theprofitlovers.com/plan and track. Number 5 is don't be a martyr. Pay yourself. I've been asked before about the differences between men and women when it comes to running a business. Here is a big one, a huge one actually. Women often don't pay themselves, and I rarely see men do that. Women often don't pay themselves because they don't plan for it. It's that simple. They don't calculate how much they need. They don't consider how much they're worth. They don't price products or services correctly, and they either have no clear money goal or no plan to reach that money goal. When women in business do have an excess of funds, they often find more businessy things to spend it on instead of paying themselves. Your business needs a plan to have money for everything it requires in terms of costs and expenses, taxes, and a weekly or monthly pay amount or wage for you. A set amount of money, no matter how small you start, needs to leave your business bank account and be deposited into your personal account on a regular basis. You need to be paying yourself. If you can't do that yet, then that is a good first business goal. Forget about how many Insta followers you have. Forget about the next fancy business retreat. You want to focus on getting paid. Once you're paying yourself a small fixed amount regularly, you can focus on making that amount bigger and bigger until you reach your personal income goals. Number 6 is buying business unicorns. So what is a business unicorn? It is the course, the coach, the workshop, or the platform that you wasted your hard-earned money on because it was the solution to your business problems. But here is the kicker. If you're not tracking what's happening in your business and you're not paying attention to the important numbers like your traffic, your conversions, lifetime customer value, average cart value, profit per sale, and so on, then you don't know what your business problem is. So investing in that fancy Instagram course, signing up to that new marketing platform, or going on that mindset retreat is a little bit pointless. If you want a real business unicorn to invest in, then identify your problem first, then find a solution to work on that specific problem. Otherwise, you're potentially fixing the wrong problem or a problem you don't even have. If you're going to work with a business coach or consultant, they should be able to step you through a discovery process to figure out what to work on first. If you're going to invest money, then make sure that you invest time and headspace too. Throwing cash at a problem isn't going to solve the problem. It just makes you feel like you did something, even though that something isn't going to create any change. How many unfinished courses have you bought? How many have you never started? Your solution needs to be integrated into your business to see a result, and you need to then be able to look for the indicators that that solution created change. They are my top 6 business habits that are keeping you broke. If you want some great resources to break your broke business habits, head on over to theprofitlovers.com/plan and track to get started with the hugely popular, totally customizable spreadsheet that will help you become a profit lover and put you well on the way to breaking those broke business habits.